Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Leith and today I'm going to show you guys how to do an L sit to handstand as fast as possible, maybe even in one single day. Now the L sit to handstand is a fantastic skill for anyone to learn who is getting into calisthenics. It requires strength and balance and is a great foundation towards handstand push-ups, planche and 90-degree handstand push-ups. Now there are two different types of L sit to handstand. There is also the straight arm L sit to handstand, but this skill is more difficult and is different to the bent arm. Today we'll just be covering the bent arm variation, as for most people this is more accessible. Now I was demonstrating this on a high bar and that is not necessary. You can do this on some lower parallettes, but the thing is when you're using a higher surface it's going to be easier for you and it requires less mobility. So I suggest starting off with some parallettes that are about this much off the ground, not really close to the ground, otherwise it's going to be very difficult for you. Now you can learn this skill without having a consistent handstand, but I suggest that you're working towards your handstand and can do at least a 10 to 15 second hold before doing the skill. The reason why is because it's going to speed up your progress so much by being able to do the negative variation of this technique. Today I'm going to show you the best exercises so that you can do this as fast as possible. So let's get into it. So the two core elements to the L sit to handstand are number one, having a solid L sit. So if you can't do a solid L sit for at least 20 seconds on parallel bars, then you need to work up to this first. And to work up to this, you are going to be doing holds for 3 to 5 sets every session when you're training, and this is going to build you up really quickly. If you're not able to do the full L sit yet, you can start with a tuck or use a single leg variation. But having the skill is foundational for an easier L sit to handstand. The second part of this move is the bent arm strength, and this is where we need to have strength. Now a lot of people, when they are doing the L sit to handstand, you'll see them doing a very deep position and failing. And the reason for this is because we lose a lot of strength when we go deep. We can work on the skill in 3 different ways. The first way is practicing handstand push-ups and pike push-ups either on a wall or on the floor. The second way is to actually try and hold a bent arm handstand position. Try and work your way up to holding this position for 5 to 10 seconds. And if you're really struggling, use a wall and put your feet against the wall as assistance to hold yourself there. Now there's a few ways of making this skill a lot easier. The first method is by bending the knees in from the L sit and using your legs as momentum to kick yourself up. You see, holding your legs out straight and then coming round to the bent arm press is much harder because it creates a much stricter position. Bending your knees first and then kicking up is going to allow a little bit more momentum and it's going to be a bit easier. So I want you guys to focus on learning this skill first. Now to actually learn the L sit to handstand, once you guys have a strong enough hold here, what you're going to do is you're going to practice doing the negatives. Now if you can't do a handstand yet, if you can't do a 10 to 15 second handstand on parallel bars, what you're going to do is you're going to use a wall. You're going to put your feet against the wall and you're going to do the same motion as a negative. You can walk down the wall and slowly control the bottom section of the movement. And if you can do a handstand already, you can practice this freestanding, going as slow as possible. Try and do between 4 and 6 reps for about 3 sets. It is very intense, guys. It's going to build the muscle and the mind to muscle connection for you to achieve this skill. Now the most important thing I'm going to reiterate is not to bend your arms too much. You really have to maintain keeping this position. As soon as you go past this position in the negative, you're going to be losing strength and you're not going to be building the muscles correctly in the position that you need them to activate. So focus on form and quality over the amount of reps that you're doing. Of course guys, to supplement this skill, doing handstand push-ups against the wall, whether you can do a handstand or not, is going to help you get the L sit to handstand, and it's also going to move you forward towards handstand push-ups, which are more difficult than the L sit to handstand. Another tip when you're starting off learning this skill is come up into a straddle position rather than the straight position. The straddle position distributes your weight evenly and it makes it easier to actually push up. So guys, to train this skill, we essentially have 3 things that we need to be doing. We need to be holding in a tucked position where we're holding at a 90-degree position. This can be one of your exercises for 3 to 5 sets, trying to get as much time as possible. If you can't do this on the ground with freestanding, you're going to do this against the wall and use your feet to assist you on the wall until you can get at least 8 to 10 seconds and then take it off the wall. The second exercise you're gonna do is the negative. You're gonna make sure you can do the negative from a freestanding, coming down without the arms going past 90 degrees. If you're not able to do this freestanding, do this on the parallettes with your chest to the wall, walking up the wall, and then slowly trying to control the negative into a tuck, making sure we go to this 90-degree position and to the L-sit. The third exercise is gonna be your standard back to wall and chest to wall handstand push-ups. Focus on trying to get these as strong as possible, guys, making sure you can do at least 3 to 6 reps per set. It is difficult, but it's gonna make a huge contribution to you getting the skill. And a tip for when you get strong enough with those negatives, when you feel like you're almost there at that L-sit to handstand, what you can start to do is L-sit to handstand positives against the wall. So go in your L-sit position, go into your tuck and allow your feet to touch the wall, then climb up the wall. This is gonna help you also get the L-sit to handstand. So guys, you can use these exercises doing 3 to 5 sets of each exercise and construct a workout where you're doing this at least 2 times a week. You're gonna see huge progress really fast if you incorporate these exercises properly. The main thing is you stay consistent, and remember, everyone starts at a different level. So stick to it, you are gonna get it. Believe in yourself because it's worth it. And guys, if you wanna learn some other cool skills like muscle ups, one-arm pull-ups, or anything else, please subscribe, check out my channel, more to come. I'll see you next time. Peace.